Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome back to my series where I take a look at various publishers and tell you my favorite games from them. Today we're talking about Gamewright Games. Now Gamewright Games fascinates me because they were in mass market stores before everyone else was. I mean, they've been in there for probably 15 plus years. And now, a lot of this is because their games are small, portable, easy, and some of them have a mass market feel, but I've always been pleased that someone could go to Walmart or back in the day Toys R Us and they might grab a Gamewright game. Now, these are my 10 favorite Gamewright games. I found that as I went through the list that there's a lot of Gamewright games that I like. Not a ton that I would say I love, but solid, good games all around. Here we go. Number 10 is Turn the Tide. This was a retheming of another game in which you're all simultaneously playing cards and trying to collect scoring cards. But when you're done, you kind of pass your hand to the person next to you. And I love that whole idea of, can I play your hand better than you played it? A lot of fun. Turn the Tide. Number 9 is Bloom. Bloom is a roll and write game, and there's a lot of these from Gamewright, or flip and writes. You'll see more on this list. Bloom is a game in which you have a sheet of flowers. You're trying to cross off the different flowers, make bouquets or some sort of theming. But you are rolling dice, taking one, drafting that, and passing them around. And again, that passing around the table is, I think, what makes this one stand up, and I like it a little bit more because of that. Number 8 is a game that really I'm so glad exists, and that's Forbidden Island. So this is from Matt Leacock, who's known for Pandemic fame. Pandemic took the world by storm. But Forbidden Island was even easier. Forbidden Island, whose biggest flaw is it comes in a tin, is a simple, kid-friendly, family-friendly, cooperative game that's not particularly hard, but has beautiful pieces, especially for the price point, gorgeous artwork, and just a fun thing of try to get off this island before it sinks completely while you're rescuing some crystals. Such a simple game. There's a trilogy of these Forbidden games, and I like this one. It is the most accessible of all of them, Forbidden Island. Number 7 is Imagine. Now, Imagine is a party-style game, and you're making pictures. It's like Pictionary, but you have all kinds of weird, funky little things on clear cards, and you can put these clear cards on top of other cards and move them around. Now, this is not the first time I've seen this. There was another game that did something similar from Out of the Box Publishing, who's out of, they're no longer around anymore. But the moving of cards, the Pictionary, using different lines and symbols and colorful things, I found to be really fun in Imagine. Number 6 is Outfoxed. Outfoxed is a cooperative game for kids as you're trying to find out who done it. I like whodunit games for kids as the foxes, you're chasing, you're moving along a path, but just trying to cross off different suspects makes this game very fun. Number 5 is Sushi Go Party, or Sushi Go, if you will. Sushi Go is a fantastic game, a drafting game. You have a hand of cards, you take one, keep it, pass them. Every card's going to score differently. Also, it's themed on sushi, which we all know is one of the greatest foods ever made. But you collect different, some sushi gives you points for this, some gives you combos, some are special cards. And Sushi Go Party offers a whole pile of different options. It's a fantastic game. Number 4 is Super Mega Lucky Box. That sounds like a weird title, and it is, but it's a really fun game. It has a school bus rock vibe to it. This is another flip and write game where you're going to be flipping numbers out of a deck and cross them off. If you like bingo, this has a kind of bingo feeling. I cross this number off, I cross this one off. There are more complex roll and write games than Super Mega Lucky Box, but there aren't very many that are more fun than this one. Number 3 is Metro X. This is the last of these roll and writes on this list. This one is more complex. In fact, it's one of the trickier ones to understand from Gamewright, as you are filling in subway lines, flipping a card over, and then you get to fill in that many X's on subway lines, but because they cross each other, you might get to go farther or even get stopped from filling in the number that you want to. It's a very thinky game, and it plays really well solo. I like it a lot. That's Metro X. Number 2 is probably the silliest game on the list, but I really enjoy it. It's called Cube Quest. My daughter Holly and I used to play this all the time. Essentially, you have a bunch of soldiers, they're all cubes, and then you are smashing them at each other, flicking them at each other, but there's some special abilities. Very light game. I don't think it did particularly well because I've not seen it played anywhere, but I love this game. You can make a wall, as that's harder to knock over. You're trying to protect you protect your leader from getting hit. Maybe make a wall or just scatter your cubes all over the place. You can flick a cube from on top of another cube. So much fun. Silly fun. I like it a lot. And my number 1 is another game from the Forbidden trilogy. Unfortunately, the last one, Forbidden Skies, wasn't so good, but Forbidden Desert is my favorite. Now, Forbidden Island is huge. It's very, very, very easy, family friendly. Forbidden Desert's a little more complex, and it's therefore a better game because of it, but it's still pretty simple. It's still pretty easy for people to play. You're trapped in the desert. You are trying to get out, and your plane crashed. Now you need to find a bunch of pieces so you can build a mystical flying machine to get yourself out of there. Meanwhile, these sand tiles are shifting across. You don't want to run out of water. The whole thing is a ton of fun. I really like it, and man, Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, they're 2 games that I'm just glad that anyone can get them and play them. So those are my 10 favorite games from Gamewright. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, as we've been going through my favorite publishers and the games from them.